Why you have an advantage exporting your offering overseas. What's happening? It's Erik J. Olson. And every once in a while, we interview other entrepreneurs here on Journey to $100 million. And I recently interviewed an entrepreneur who runs a business in Boston that translates to like 200 different languages. So she's very familiar with interacting with other people, business people in other countries, other cultures, and also exporting what Americans do to those other countries and cultures. And so we talked a little bit during a live interview that's up on our YouTube channel. And the part that I'm going to play you in just a second is why, as Americans, we have an advantage when it comes to promoting ourselves in other countries. Now, you may not have thought about exporting what you do yet to other countries. I know we haven't here at Array Digital, but it is one of those things that's in the back of my mind because I know that other digital marketing agencies have successfully done this in the past. And so there is a blueprint for that, and I want to understand what that blueprint is. Wendy is going to explain exactly why you and I, as Americans, have an advantage if we want to export our offerings overseas to other countries. And so it's almost like you go from being, expert level in the United States to like godlike in these other countries. Like you really have a huge advantage. Is that what you found with some of your US based companies that have exported their offering to other countries that they've really
No,
gotten
it's
much
a
better?
well, yes, certainly found that if your company can go international and break into that, you're going to do a lot better for all the reasons that I said there. When the US market is tanking and people are pulling back, you've got other markets from around the world that are going to be doing better. You're expanding your reach. So, those are all the things, but it's not because we're more expert on Google and Facebook and stuff like that. It's because Americans are pompous.
True.
We can talk about ourselves and do self-promotion, whereas people in other countries are much more hesitant about doing that.
Really?
And so, so there's something cultural, I think, about how we market here and how we can go out and bring people to us and say, you should use my business. Other places in the world, and I'm generalizing, but other places are much more based around relationships. And so it's going in and how do you develop those relationships? And here in the US, for example, we'll go into a meeting and we'll start talking business immediately, and then start talking the goals and document everything, right? That's standard operating procedure. In other countries, you wouldn't talk business until on my podcast, The Global Marketing Show, I had an American who's doing business over in, I think it was Vietnam or South Korea. Oh my gosh, I should remember. I'll have to look it up and I'll let you know. But he said you have to go over there and get drunk with the people before they'll actually do business with you. Other people, like in Mexico, they want to hear about your family. And so there's a lot of relationship building that goes into it, but you solidify more long-term business opportunities by spending that time front. And then they'll pull you into the network and help grow your business that way. So, maybe we're better at Google and Facebook. I don't think that's what it is. I think we're just better at how we talk about ourselves to pull people towards us, and it's more accepted culture.
Hey there, it's Erik J. Olson. I wanted to let you know about my book, $1 Million Journey: How to Launch a 7-Figure Business. This is the story of what it took for me to go from freelancer with no clients, no employees, no revenue, to growing $1 million business. It took me 8 years and I made a lot of mistakes. And all of those mistakes, and more importantly, lessons learned, are in this book. And we have chapter takeaways, 5 to 15 takeaways that you can apply right now to your business. Check it out on Amazon, $1 Million Journey by me, Erik J. Olson.